You've probably watched a lot of YouTube videos that tell you that you need to prime your face before makeup. So you may or may not have seen this video on my channel where I talked about the benefits of priming your face and how and when you should prime your face. If you haven't seen that video, then you need to check it out immediately after this video. Okay, so now that we've established you need to add a primer to your makeup routine, I'll have you know that a primer is the glue that holds your makeup together. So you're probably wondering, okay, I know now that I need to add a primer to my makeup routine. So what kind of primer should I get? There is a specific primer that is suitable for your skin type, and now that's what this video is going to be all about. So in this video, I'll be talking about how to know the right primer for your skin type. And if it's something you're interested in, then you definitely want to keep on watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adeline Opara, a Nigerian YouTuber and content creator based in Port Harcourt. So on this channel, we do all things beauty and lifestyle. If it's your first time here, please join the family by clicking on the subscribe button down below and like the video if you end up enjoying it. On that note, let's dive into the video of the day. In order to know the right primer for your skin type, you need to identify what your skin type is. Your skin type should generally fall under these categories, that is dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, and normal skin. I'm going to start with dry skin. If you have a dry skin, you should opt for primers that hydrate. That is one that has a creamy texture so that your face looks dewy even before you put on your makeup. If you have a dry skin, you tend to have a flaky skin, and then if you apply your foundation or your makeup without a primer, you end up with a patchy makeup. The best kind of primer for people with dry skin is a hydrating primer. I'll personally recommend the Omari Cold Hydrating Face Primer. This is what it looks like. Yes. It's very hydrating. If you have dry skin, you should definitely get this primer. If you have an oily skin, chances are you equally struggle with enlarged pores and high production of oil. I know it can be very annoying because I'm also in the same messy situation as you are. As you can see, my nose and even here and around my forehead, like there's a little bit of shine. Yes, and that's because I have an oily skin. Despite the fact that I have primer on, this comes out. I like it because it makes the makeup look dewy, but at the same time, if I didn't have a primer on, I'm going to become an oily mess. Like everywhere would just be oily. Like I don't just produce oil on my T-zone area, I also produce oil here, and as you can see here, these are the places I produce oil. So like this is still fine. I can still go about my day and I'll still be looking this way. But if I didn't have a primer on, it's going to be terrible, like really terrible. And I've had this makeup on for some hours. With an oily skin, you should never think of putting on makeup without a primer. If you try it, you'll become an oily mess. Without a primer, your makeup will most likely break or separate. So you start seeing this pom 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 match where you see that your skin is showing. You see patches of your foundation or the makeup that you've applied. That's how you know that your makeup is breaking or is separating. What happens is because you produce lots of oil, and when this oil now mixes with your makeup will break. So it's not your fault, it's just your skin type. Okay, so that's why you need a primer, and not just any type of primer, a mattifying primer. So your primer acts as a barrier between your skin and your makeup, and then it prevents or reduces the amount of oil that will mix with your makeup. It doesn't eliminate it totally, it reduces it. The best type of primer for you, that is people with oily skin, is a mattifying primer or a pore minimizing primer, which will help to reduce or minimize the appearance of pores on your face. So that is why I'll recommend this Hega and Esther primer and this Zaron Cosmetics Oil Block Mattifier. I love this primer. Like, if you have oily skin, please go and get this primer. Like, this primer is a baby. Like, it's the bomb for me. I love this. Yeah, so that's it for oily skin, and now we'll be moving over to combination skin. If you have a combination skin type, you probably have both an oily skin and dry skin. And what this means is that some areas on your face will be oily while some areas will be dry. Your T-zone area, that is here, will probably be oily, and then the rest of your face will be dry. And sometimes it's not even really specific, because I remember when I was in school, I had this friend that I used to do makeup for. At first glance, it seemed like she had an oily skin, but then as I continued doing makeup, I noticed that after some hours her makeup would break. And back then I didn't even know much about primers. What I used to use on people's face was milk of magnesia. You know milk of magnesia now. I used to use on people's face, and they'll say, oh, if you use milk of magnesia, the person's makeup will last longer. Milk of magnesia should not even be used on people that have dry skin. We've already established hydrating primers are good for people that have dry skin, while mattifying primers are good for people with oily skin. And for me, milk of magnesia falls under a mattifying primer, and people that have oily skin can use it. That's what I realized. Then her makeup will break after hours. So, and then if I even really think about it, I can't even really say that it was just her T-zone area that was producing oil. It wasn't. But still, at the same time, her skin was dry. Like, not even only her, my sister's face is also like that. So like, some people's zone is not really specific to them. Like, you can't really say that it's only the T-zone area that is oily. Like, it's like mixture of the two at the same time. I don't even know how that happens. Me, I don't have dry skin. I am oily all the way. Oily. People that have combination skin, it might be a bit difficult to find a particular primer that addresses their skin concern. And for me, their best bet is to invest in two types of primers: a hydrating primer and a mattifying primer. So now, the best way to use this, if your oil comes from your T-zone area, then you can apply your hydrating primer on the rest of your face, and then your mattifying primer on your T-zone area. But just like I said, there are also people that you cannot really specify that they produce the oil just on their T-zone area. And for such people, what I advise them to do is, first of all, after the whole moisturizing and everything, they should first go in with a hydrating primer. Then after the hydrating primer has dried down, they can now go in with a mattifying primer. When you do this, your makeup will last longer. Now, for the normal skin type babies, you guys are the king of skin types. Like, you literally have no issues, unlike oil skin, dry skin, and all of us. Like, you guys have no issues whatsoever. But still, at the same time, it doesn't mean that you don't need a primer in your makeup routine. You definitely do. And the best primer for you is a hydrating primer, because a hydrating primer will keep your makeup to look all dewy. Like, it will give your makeup this glowy effect and everything, and it will make your makeup to stay all day and to last longer. From everything I've said in this video, it has established the fact that every skin type needs a primer. Like, every skin type needs a primer. Now that you've identified your skin type and the type of primer that is appropriate for you, the next time you walk into a beauty shop or a makeup shop, just tell them the type of primer you need and you're good to go. Don't forget to always include a primer into your makeup routine. Like, right now, after this video, you literally have no excuse. You literally do not have any excuse to not add a primer into your makeup. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button down below to join this beautiful and wonderful family. Subscription is free. You do not need to pay any amount of money whatsoever to be subscribed to this channel. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and watch this video next, where I'll be talking about the benefits of priming your face before makeup. Check out this makeup playlist. You surely find something you're interested in. On that note, I will see you in my next video. Bye loves. Bye.